Well, hello and a very warm welcome back to the channel. It is the 10th of October. Exactly 5 months ago, 10th of May, we had the most astonishing aurora storm over here in the UK. I was out all night photographing a sky that was dancing reds and blues and greens. Absolutely phenomenal. Well, tonight, as you can probably see behind me, the sky is alive again. I have rushed home from work, had some very quick dinner, grabbed my camera gear, and I'm staying quite local tonight just so I can make the most of everything here. So I'm down at a village church just down the road from me, just outside my village, and the sky is visibly green to the north at the moment. Earlier, it was a deep red. Right now it's green, and I think that's probably coming up on the camera there as well. Earlier today, the Earth was hit by what is called a halo CME, a halo coronal mass ejection. That halo thing means that it hit us bang on. We didn't get a glancing blow, we got absolutely smacked by it. And we're seeing now the impact of that in the atmosphere. The stats, the aurora stats, are absolutely off the charts. But I'm going to bring you along with me tonight. This could be something of a chaotic video because I haven't really planned it, but I will try and take you along to all the local locations that I'm going to be going to, and hopefully we'll shoot some awesome aurora shots along the way. Thanks for coming. Let's see how this pans out. Okay, so let's just tell you a little bit about what's going on. So let's just get our bearings first of all. So over here, you can see Cassiopeia. You can see, where are we? There, the plough, and north is up there with the North Star plumb in the middle of the screen right now. So if I pan west, you can see there that red auroral patch stretches way to the southwest. And it then goes up overhead, easily overhead there, and comes back down over to the pretty much the southeast. There's clearly red there to the southeast. By eye, the sky is noticeably red, not as deep red as it was earlier, but look at that green along the horizon. Much more intense green than we had back in May from my memory in any case. So this is, by any stretch of the imagination, a very large event. Just to talk you through the shots I'm currently taking. Here I've got the Sigma Art 24mm f1.4 lens, and I'm focused here on these headstones. So the aurora in the background will be slightly bokeh-y, out of focus, I guess you might say. But I think that gives a lovely sort of artistic effect. That's kind of facing northeast, I guess it is, so not quite north. I am shooting at 1.3 second exposure, ISO 4000 over f2, and I've got a 3 second interval, so 1.3 seconds of exposure, 1.7 seconds of interval. On the other camera over there, I've got the Samyang 14mm f2.8 lens on, wide open at f2.8. I'm shooting 2 second exposures at ISO 6400, and I have a 1 second, possibly 2 second interval on that one. That is facing more to the northeast, so sort of looking over the church in a slightly different way, and that is focused on the sky as well. So I'll probably bring these two time lapses to an end very shortly, and I may even move location because whilst I can still see the green auroral arc super clearly, the rest of the colour in the sky is just dying back a bit. So I think we're probably just getting into a little phase of recovery, and then I think very shortly it will start bursting into life again. So I might get myself to another nearby location for when it kicks back up again. I can still see quite a lot of red in the sky as well. So when I say the colour's going, it's all relative. This is still a fantastic display. Okay, so what we've got here now, still got the green arc. As my eyes adjust and I turn off the back of that screen there, I can now see that arc very clearly going from, it's almost southeast. I'd say maybe east-southeast is probably fairer. And it's maybe 20 degrees above the horizon, stretching very faintly then to the northwest. There's a bit of cloud to my north and northwest at the moment, so I can't quite see where the arc ends. But the green arc is very clearly visible on camera. Now, at the moment, it's just not as spectacular as May, but it is early days. There's clearly a lot of activity, and I'm hoping that that green arc lifts at some point and starts just exploding into life. That would be just super awesome. So, because it's slightly over to the northeast, this location, or this precise location here, probably isn't exactly what I want, and I can move over to the other side of the lake over there, maybe 5 minutes walk away, something like that. And from memory, there is a depth marker for the lake, which might make a nice sort of bit of foreground interest, and hopefully we'll get some reflections in the lake as well. So I might wander around to the other side of the lake and see if I can get this shot, but I might have a little play with some compositions here first. Okay, we're in business now with this next time lapse. Just in time, I think. It is beginning to kick off like I hoped it would. So I'm with the 14mm. I'm actually at 4-second exposure now with a 1-second interval. And I'm at ISO 6400 at f2.8, 14mm. And there's some awesome pillars that have just started to form just to the upper left of the Pleiades, visibly red by eye, super red by eye. In fact, I'm going to come and show you that right now. And in a second, I'm going to go and find that other location. Unfortunately, I'm having problems with G-straps. Just can't seem to get it to work. Battery pack's full, but the G-strap must be knackered. So I'm just going to have to keep coming back and cleaning the lens. But this is so bright and red right now. Rats. So since I last came to this site, this barbed wire fence has been put up. So they obviously don't want you to get down to the location I had in mind, but who cares? Look at this. Those reds, a few minutes ago, it was a super bright red pillar, and they're making the greens to the left really stand out. They look really sort of deep turquoisey. You've got Jupiter rising there in the east through that red. The Pleiades just to the top right there, I think you can probably see that on the camera, looking really, really blue. And then this enormous auroral arc going all the way overhead here. It sort of looks overhead like it's sort of cloud, but it's not. It's the aurora going right overhead. Really green to the north now. This is moving quite quickly. The time lapse I set up over there with a 14mm 5-second interval, I think that's going to be too long to get the subtleties and the speed of these movements. So I might have to try again. Alternatively, I could set up this 24mm. It's not the ideal composition here. I kind of don't care. I just want to get something on camera. Absolutely kicking off. Awesome. Pretty much speechless. Still looking east, so red to the eye. The pillars keep coming and going. You can see over to the left, I would have thought there, something going down to the horizon. I'm on the 24mm Sigma art lens here. I'm at f1.4, just wide open. Get as much light as you can into the shot. 1 second exposure and a 1 second interval, or 2 second interval. Sorry, I'm trying to keep the tripod here. ISO something, probably 6400, I think. The reds are just incredible. The rest of the sky is just light. I can't see much structure in the green around here, but it's really light. It's really obviously light, with a green tinge to it, which is being enhanced by that red, deep reds over there. The red, I think the reddest aurora I've ever seen. It's hard to compare when they're a few months apart, but I think this is redder, I think, than May. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. The dew is getting terrible. I just had to wipe the video lens. I need to sort out my dew situation this year. I think it's time just to sit and watch. Well, it still remains just the most incredible sight. Dew is a real problem. I've just been and wiped the 14mm time lapse. That big 14mm lens is definitely struggling under these conditions. Video camera keeps getting dewed up. And this one wasn't so bad, but I'm sure in time will be as well. So I had this problem last year. Thought I'd fixed it. I haven't fixed it. I need to sort it. Well, it's because of my laziness I've not fixed it. I do need to sort that out with some lens warmers, some dew heaters and some good battery packs to be able to endure evenings like tonight. It's super important for nights like tonight to keep looking around you, to keep looking where the action is. I was completely engrossed in what was going on over there to the east a short while ago. Those red pillars were just phenomenal, so bright, so vividly, deeply red. But when I went to go and change the, or wipe the lens, the 14mm lens earlier on, I came back and looked to the northwest and it was just going nuts over there. There was a pillar that was so bright. It's right overhead, it's red right overhead. You've got a SAR arc over to the south there as well. So stuff is happening in almost every part of the sky, and it's easy to get distracted by one bit and miss something else that's starting to kick off elsewhere. Definitely over in this direction, things I would say are getting a little calmer. Still obviously deeply red over there, and on the back of the camera here it's very red. But the movement and the intensity seems to have died down there. But over the trees, just to my right there, to your left, it is super red. This is one of those displays that's just going to keep you on your toes for the whole night. feel like I need to make some decisions. It's lovely here, but it is very humid. And I think it's the sort of display that's going to ebb and flow over the course of the night. So where are the other foregrounds that I want to go and grab hold of? I don't want to go too far tonight. I want to stay relatively close to home. So I need to have a think, what else would I like to capture? And then I might head off there. Okay, so new location, just been home and had a cup of hot chocolate, warmed myself up a little bit. I'm back somewhere that I'm sure you're very familiar with. It's my local windmill just outside my village. I have shot aurora over here a couple of times. In fact, just 2 mornings ago, when I was out for a bike ride, very early in the morning, I noticed the sky to the north was super red, and I started to see some pillars dancing around. So actually I popped down here and took some mobile phone pictures of aurora over the windmill here as well. But I did not expect to come back 2 nights later, or 2 days later, and capture a time lapse of something like this. So we've definitely had a bit of a lull over the last half hour or so. My suspicion is this thing is absolutely no way over yet, and we've still got quite a lot to go at tonight. So I'm starting another time lapse with the 24mm. I'm doing 1 second exposures, ISO 6400. I think I am at f2, and a 1 second interval between those exposures. And that should hopefully start to capture some of the movement really well if this thing starts to pick up again. The sky still is really light, particularly to the north, less so at the moment to the south. It's got a green tinge to it with elements of red, particularly at the moment over towards the, where is that? The west-ish. Yes, the west. That's where it seems to be redder at the moment. So I'm going to go and get the 14mm lens out and also start another time lapse in a slightly different direction as well. I think things are beginning to get exciting again. You can see some red behind me. In the arc, so the green arc, there's now a lot of structure, and I think this is what we call recovery phase, where you have this sort of pulsating, almost sometimes sort of fairly featureless arc. It doesn't have those sort of traditional pillars that are moving around. It's more sort of like a set of random pulses and things, and I think I can see that to the naked eye now. I can see almost sort of flashes going on, with some pillars in there as well. Beautiful, actually, pillars. I'm doing another time lapse with the 14mm facing that way behind me. I've got the 35mm lens on here now, and I think I'm going to do a few stills, because I've not done any stills tonight. It's been focused on time lapse, but I'm in front of our lovely windmill. It's time to do some stills. This is why you stay out. This is why when it dies down, but the stats still look good, you stay out. Look what's going on there. Reds, almost white pillars. Over that way to the north, the green pillars are going insane. It's so red, it's so red. This has really picked up, it's really picked up. I think right now it is at least as good than May the 10th. The last 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it has just exploded around the sky. Half of the sky, at least by eye, filled with aurora. I'm sure if I pointed the camera down south, as I did a few moments ago, the big tower behind me, that was going nuts as well. This is huge. It is so bright down there. I suspect my time lapse is blowing out. I will have to check it in a sec. The whole sky is going bananas, bananas. Okay, let's just spin you around, show you what's going on. Okay, over there we've got basically west. Look at all that going on to the north. Sorry about the little bit of mist on the lens. Look at the structure in those pillars there. Hopefully you caught on the real time earlier how quickly some of those are moving. And then over to the east, deep reds again, deep reds. This is sensational at 52 degrees north. We're not in the Arctic Circle, we're in the Cambridgeshire Fens, and we've got this going on. Okay, there's the windmill. We go up, 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 and look at that overhead. Isn't that sensational? Absolutely stunning. Completely overhead. All these amazing pillars converge. This is an amazing few moments. The sky is so red. Well, what a sensational night that has turned out to be. It's around about 1:30 in the morning. I am now fighting very much a losing battle against a very, very heavy dew. This video camera will probably be steamed up by the time I finish this. The sky is still just going bananas everywhere. Reds, greens, pretty much the whole sky. It's been amazing. I just think it's amazing that at this kind of latitude, it is possible for so many people to see the Northern Lights with the sort of social media presence, Facebook groups, even the mainstream media and the BBC saying you might see it tonight. Really has got awareness going. And when I was coming back through the local villages earlier, there were people out with their phones sort of trying to get selfies in front of it and all that sort of thing. So it's really been fantastic that so many people get to see it. I hope that you got to see it as well. If you didn't, I hope you've been able to live it a little bit vicariously through this. Sorry, it's been a bit of a jumbled video. I had no plan for tonight. But hopefully I've got myself some decent time lapses, hopefully some great pictures above the windmill. I've certainly just enjoyed the display. I'm still enjoying it over here. It's super red over in that direction at the moment. We've got Orion rising to the east now. Love that, gonna have so much fun with that winter constellation over the next few months. I might stay out for a bit longer and enjoy things, but these cameras have definitely had enough tonight. The lenses are just getting completely soaked. If you got this far, thank you very much indeed for watching. Let me know, did you see the Northern Lights tonight? What did you see? How was it? Hopefully a good number of you did, so do let me know in the comments if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I look forward to seeing you on another Nightscape adventure very soon indeed.